Beautiful people, welcome back to another video. For those new here, Peter, Boeing 767 pilot, and today we are at the Rents House, familiar sight for some who have seen my videos before. Yes, this is real paint. Yes, I chose this. Yes, this is my childhood bedroom. I got some inspiration. I got the Boeing 747, my first solo. I've given this tour before, but here it is in all its glory. Currently home because I had a lot going on here in the weekend. Had some life events I had to help take care of, and then it was my mom's birthday. Actually yesterday, so if you want to drop a belated happy birthday down below, she reads all the comments. She's one of my biggest supporters, so she would appreciate that. Today we are starting a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 4-day trip. Starts with a deadhead down to Miami, so I just called the Uber. It's on its way to my parents' house to pick me up, and we're gonna be not non-revving, we'll be deadheading, confirmed seat, LaGuardia down to Miami. I'll show you the schedule, and as always, if you want to come along for the ride, let's go do it. So here's an overview of the flight. We're here on the 20th. The deadhead is down to Miami with layovers in Indianapolis and Oakland. Here's the breakdown of the trip. I got a deadhead that I canceled from Memphis, Atlanta to Miami. So I just booked myself on LaGuardia with the $333 that they gave me to buy a ticket on. I'll get down there tonight, operate tomorrow from Miami down to Indy at 8:30 a.m. and then a nice long layover. We get in at 11 a.m. and we don't have to report till 3:20 the following day. So over a 24-hour layover there, and then we head to Oakland pretty late in the afternoon, 16:45, so 4:45 Eastern, out to Oakland, land 6:30 local, another just under 24 hours it looks like, 22-hour layover we'll call it, and then on the 23rd, Oakland to Memphis, 4-hour flight, get in at 1 a.m. Memphis time on the 23rd. Overall, that pays me 23 hours of credit hours pay, but I'm only flying 11 and a half hours. And there's two reasons for that. One, the deadhead I get paid full price, or my full rate on my deadhead. I get paid for these two flights as if I was flying. And lastly, we have min day guarantees. So at my company, it's 6 hours. So I'll end up getting paid 23 hours and 31 minutes worth of pay, but only physically flying 11 hours. So overall, really good trip. All right, quick update with the star of the channel, my dad. Now we're 2 months into hip surgery recovery. How we doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're starting physical therapy, and it's helping a lot. So I'm very optimistic. We'll be back on 2 feet pretty soon.
Nice, good. And then what about flying? When do you think you'll be back in the air?
I think I'll be back in a couple of months.
Couple of months, we'll be back in the skies. Everyone's been wishing you get well wishes on the YouTube. So I know you're thankful for that.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
We just went through a little workout plan to start getting more exercise, because it's non-negotiable, right, Dad?
That's right.
That's right. So we'll start working out a little bit more, build that upper body strength, so that when he's fully healed with his hip, it's an easy transition back to normal life. So,
right.
All right, heading to LaGuardia. All right, so you just grabbed the Uber, leaving the parents' house. This is the birthday girl. You want to tell the people how old you turn? You want to keep that a secret?
That's a secret.
That's a secret.
Thank you for all your wishes. Really appreciate it.
Happy birthday to my mom, and then I'm off to Miami right now. Warmer pastures.
Yep.
And then I'll see you in a week, and we'll have a nice dinner.
Sounds good.
All right, see ya.
Love you guys.
Bye. Beautiful people, good morning from the ramp in Miami, Florida. Ended up getting in pretty late last night. Went right to the hotel and crashed. Got a little bit of sleep. Wish I had more, but what else is new? I always wish I had more. Just finished pre-flighting this big bird, the 767. We're gonna be on our way to Indianapolis for our first leg of the day. This is one of those 4% flights. You watched a couple vlogs ago. I talked about how only less than like 5% of airline pilots are female. So flying with a woman captain, she actually lives in Indy. So when we have our 26-hour layover in Indy, she gets to go home, which is nice for her. And it's 4 degrees there currently, so I kind of wish we were staying here in Miami, but oh well. They're landing runway 26, so we'll be departing 26 right. So we'll push back out of here. Tail will go to the west, and then we'll taxi that way to 26 right. And it says it's low visibility, overcast at 300, but that was when I checked the weather on the car ride here. As you can tell, the sun's kind of burning off that cloud layer. There was some rain in Miami. When I plug in the performance for today, just based on looking outside, I don't have to really even look at the ATIS for this, but I'll put in wet runway numbers. So as you could imagine, if the airplane did have to make an emergency stop, we had to abort a takeoff, there's obviously going to be less stopping distance with a wet runway, right? The tires aren't going to grip as well, all that stuff. So we can actually put into our performance data wet runway, dry runway, snow, heavy rain, you know, inches of snow if we needed to. So I'll make sure to put in wet runway numbers. I'll show you guys that. And then it's like 2 hours and change up to Indianapolis. And like I said, 4 degrees. So not looking forward to that. Not sure whose leg it's going to be. First one, first time flying with captain. I'm sure she'll take it. And then next stop will be Indy. Let's go do it. Hello from downtown Indianapolis. Nice flight up from Miami, Florida. Captain ended up taking the first leg. She did a nice job. Gusty winds in Indy. It is frigid. -5 feels like temperature. Actual temperature is 4 degrees. But holy smokes, it is cold out there, folks. They ended up switching the runways on us in Miami. So I told you guys I was going to be departing 26 left. We ended up taking off 26 right. They just wind shift, ATIS switched it out. So by the time we actually took off, which is nicer for us, there's a quicker taxi. And then pretty non-eventful all the way to Indianapolis. We flew through ATL Center. It's crazy though. The entire like Texas, New Orleans, the panhandle of Florida is getting hit with snow. So as you can imagine, those southern airports aren't really equipped for snow and de-ice and things like that. So you could almost just hear the trickle effect. You know, center was starting to get busy with diversions. And I'm just glad, fingers crossed, that this trip, I'm not going to Memphis, I'm not going to Houston. We're going here. We're here in Indy now, and then 26-hour layover, then I go to Oakland tomorrow. So away from all the chaos that is probably going to ensue in the next couple of days. So like I said, 26-hour layover, nice and long. I got my king bed. So gonna change out of the pilot uniform, go grab some lunch. We'll probably head to the standard Sweet Green here in Indy. I don't know how I'm gonna survive that walk though. Like it is so freaking cold. Luckily I have a sweatshirt and a jacket this trip, so I'm somewhat prepared. And then not going for a run for 2 reasons. One, because of the cold weather, but 2, I came from my parents' house like you guys saw starting this trip, so I don't have my running sneakers with me. I just got my canes and my work shoes and casual shoes. So let's do the elliptical. We're obviously gonna hit the gym. It's non-negotiable. Yeah, we'll work on our website a little more. The Pilot Pete Fly community it's coming out. I'm way behind as far as I should be, but we're gonna build that platform and make a community, and all the DMs that I always get, I'm gonna still answer, but this is gonna be a more detailed way of getting information out there to the people that want it. So let's go enjoy Indianapolis. Oh, and just one small note, my last video that was out, I guess I had mentioned how my girlfriend Sonia, my parents wanted shorter videos, so I'm gonna give you guys shorter videos. So some of the comments that I read, which again, I appreciate it, and you guys were all very kind and polite in responding by basically saying, hey, we're your fans. Don't worry about your parents and your girlfriend, what they want. We want longer videos. So I just want to address that real quick. One, I appreciate those comments because that's the feedback I want to hear. I said that more in jest. I was kind of just joking, but I do like making those flight debriefs. So I'm actually working on one. So by the time this vlog comes out, this flight debrief will be out. I guess what I was trying to say was I'm not really trying to cut down necessarily the length on the videos, especially these vlogs. It's more so the information and the editing and going in depth on charts and arrivals and departures. It's just harder for me to put all of that into one video, especially if I have, 5 or 6 flight legs in one trip. So I'll definitely talk technical stuff in these vlogs, just not gonna go as in depth, and not because mom or dad or Sonia, because they never actually said anything like that. I asked them for critiques after they watch videos. So don't worry, the vlogs will continue to come out. I appreciate those comments, but I just wanted to address that because Sonia was like, people are coming for me, and I didn't even say any of that to you. So to make her feel a little better, I promise you, she's not the enemy. We still like her, we still love her. The videos will continue to come out, hopefully produce the information and the product that you guys love. So wish me luck. I'm gonna go out into the cold and hopefully survive. So these frigid Indianapolis temperatures are even affecting my workout down here in the gym. And since it's so cold out, I've had like the heat turned up. And I should have said I'm up here. The gym's on the top floor in this hotel. It is like 75 degrees, if not 80 degrees in this room. It's so hot. So I called the front desk. I was like, can you guys come and lower the temperature? Because it's like locked. Maintenance came. The only fix they did was they opened the door because they said they can't turn the heat down or it'll affect all the rooms, which I don't know how true that is, but who am I to say? I'm just a stupid pilot. I'm not an engineer or maintenance technician. So I guess today's workout is just gonna be high heart rate, high intensity, hot. But we're getting it done. We don't wanna be here. I think that's kind of been a little bit of a trend. I gotta change that, but you already know, folks. I don't even have to say it, but I'm going to. It's non-negotiable. And today we're doing shoulders, stretching, and some abs, and then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, do chest. So come on, 2025, we set goals, we got to accomplish them. All right, workout done, and then it's too cold to go outside, so we came to McCormick and Schnick's, I think it's called, right in the hotel. First course is the lobster bisque. We went the bowl. This is supposed to be the bigger one. It's kind of small, so I don't love that. But I know for those of you who live in Indy, it's like kind of like a fancy restaurant. I'm not dressed really appropriately, but I don't have any warm clothes. So I asked the hostess before I sat down, I said, am I in apparel that's okay for dinner at this fine dining establishment? They said, it's 0 degrees outside, you're okay. So let's go enjoy our meal. Rating coming soon. Now for the main course, we went with the Chilean sea bass, miso glaze. I believe there is no chili. There is no sea bass that comes from Chile anymore. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like illegal or something like that. But here we are. The lobster bisque was unbelievable. Like I will eat that every time I'm here in Indy. It was that good. Now I hope the fish equals the soup. That was incredible. Very good meal. Even brought my mood up a little bit. The hotel and the restaurant are literally next door, but I was like, I gotta feel what -2 degrees feels like. So I'm literally walking 4 feet to the hotel just to get the experience. Woo! Good morning from Indianapolis. Frigid cold Indianapolis. We woke up, got our free breakfast down in the lobby, which is always nice. Airline folks will know that. We always take advantage of our free breakfast, and now it's too cold to go anywhere, so just gonna use the gym upstairs, get a quick lift in, and then a pleasant surprise. My buddy who flies for a different airline, he's a captain on the 320. He just texted me, he was like, he knows I come to Indy a lot because it's one of our hubs. He was like, what's there to do in Indy? It's so cold. So I called him, I was like, dude, I'm in Indy. So it was kind of funny. We always joke, like, I wonder how often that happens with, you know, other airline personnel and friends of yours if you're in the industry, like you're in the same city and don't even know it, because it's not like we're, at least me, I'm not like sharing my location with a bunch of different people. So anyway, he's here, I'm here. It's a nice, very relaxed showtime. I slept in till like 9 a.m. because I don't have to report downstairs for our ground transportation till 3:25, I think it is, p.m. So it's 11:07 right now. Gonna do chest day today and then meet up with lunch for him. I'll have to pick up dinner because it's like a 4.5-5 hour flight to Oakland with the headwinds, and I want to eat at regular time, so we'll probably get Chipotle for the road, even though it's gonna be catered. Like I've told you guys before, the catering is like 80%, 90% of the time unedible, unfortunately. I don't know why they don't just let us pick or give us the money and save themselves that trouble. But anyway, get a lift in, and then we'll go get Brandon on the vlog for later. Layover in Indy. We're here at Whole Foods, and guess who also has a layover in Indy?
What's up?
Captain Brandon. What a pleasant surprise. This is what you guys wearing in freaking, what's the temperature outside? 2 degrees?
Minus 10 or something.
But why aren't you got a jacket with you?
I got reassigned.
So he wasn't supposed to be here, and then last night I guess they timed out.
Yeah.
I told you what that timing out is.
Yeah. We only have a certain amount of hours that we can legally work for the FAA. So they had us timed, or we timed out, and meaning that I exceeded that maximum amount. So they ended up sending me on a shorter flight, which is to Indianapolis.
Where were you supposed to go?
I was supposed to go to Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, so Indianapolis is much closer, so I was legal to do that. So they swapped the pilots.
Yeah, so it definitely happens. It's kind of rare. It's usually when there's like maintenance delays or weather or whatever. And I'm sure your passengers are like, what the heck's going on? Because they had one captain and a different captain.
Yeah.
The plane ended up eventually going to Seattle originally.
Yeah. It went to Seattle. It wasn't much of a delay, but
Gotcha.
Yeah. Everybody still made it safe and sound.
And you guys pushed back from the gate, you said, right?
Yeah. We pushed back to the gate.
Push back, taxi, and then I guess you get an ACARS message, or how did you figure out?
Yeah. We got an ACARS message through our
Dispatch.
Text from the computer.
Yeah.
Dispatch sends it, and we also get a couple of automated ones. You know, there's a whole bunch of safety barriers built into the system. So they told us to go back to the gate, and we went back to the gate. They swapped captains,
And now you're here in Indy.
You're in Indy, freezing.
Freezing, dude. Like, look at this guy. It's literally 0 degrees. He's got no clothes. I offered him my jacket, but I don't want to freeze. I don't want to die. But
Yeah, thanks, Pete.
always good seeing you, my man.
Seeing you.
Beautiful people from the frigid tundra of Indianapolis. Holy cow, it is cold. My leg to Oakland. Let's go on the flight deck and get warm. Freezing! Alright, we're all set up here in the flight deck. As you guys saw, we had that little bit of maintenance issue with the pressurization. Maintenance came up, we wrote it up. Just kind of like my last flight. These things happen when it's -5 degrees outside. Airplanes get fussy, but a couple maintenance circuit breakers and doing things that aren't part of our job We're all set to go now. ICAS message is cleared, and we're waiting for the okay from dispatch, and next stop will be 4 hours, my leg, out to Oakland, California. Good morning, Bay Area. Slept in a little bit, got a good amount of sleep. Look at that view though. I think that's whatever that bridge is that connects Oakland to San Diego. There it is, a lot of traffic. But we got a water view, very nice. People are out and about. It is not 0 degrees. When we go down for a free breakfast, we love a free breakfast. We'll never turn one down. I actually like the free breakfast here, it's pretty good. Funny story about my room though, if you're interested. So, be quiet because it's kind of early West Coast time. So one of the things crew members hate, or at least I do, and I was taught to hate it by the person I flew corporate jets with, is when you check into a hotel and they give you the room right next to your crew member. Like literally the walls share. It's like, it's way too close. I was with this person the entire flight, the entire week, the entire trip. You don't want to be right next to them. It's inappropriate. It's not welcomed. Long story short, if you just ask for a straight up new room right when you get your room key, it's always a fuss, right? The receptionist is like, why? Or the people are gonna look at you. So I told a funny story. I was like, hey, can I just get a new room? And they were like, why? Of course. I was like, it's gonna be loud. So I don't want to be next to the person I just flew with. And both the captain and the receptionist kind of looked at me, but it made them feel uncomfortable. It made them feel weird, which got me that new room just like that. And I got this nice room with a water view. I guess there's an easier way to say it, but maybe I'm just not woken up yet. Again, there's no reason to put us next to each other. I'm with them so often. It's like, I don't need to be, I'm going the wrong way. I don't need to be sharing a wall with them. Again, nothing's gonna actually happen or go on. It's just, I wanna make my vlogs or I wanna yell at the TV for a sports game. It's just much better to be on my own. So free breakfast and then let's go start our day. We're walking the streets. It's not Oakland because I got made fun of last time for saying that, even though I landed at Oakland Airport, we're like 30 minutes from the airport. Emeryville, I believe is the name of the town. Nice little area. So just walked over the train tracks, looking for Doyle Street Cafe. I always try to eat healthy on the road. I get asked a lot, Pete, how do you stay healthy? What do you eat while you're on the road? Trust me, I would like nothing more than a place just to sell chicken, steak, rice, veggies, cooked on a cast iron with avocado oil or beef tallow, but it doesn't really exist. So I do my best with like Whole Foods Hot Bar and Trader Joe's, Sweet Green, all those kind of places. But obviously that can get kind of bland as well. So I Googled healthy places near me and this came up. So it was only like a 15-minute walk. So we're gonna go check it out. Soaking up the sun, 60 degrees here. No need for a sweatshirt. Rocking the new merch, non-negotiable for all those who supported. I appreciate you. And then I'm actually getting a phone call here in about 30 minutes from, for those who may or may not know, about a year or two ago, I was on a silly little TV show called Bachelor in Paradise and aired on ABC. Long story short, they took a year off. They're bringing it back next season. So the executive producer reached out to me yesterday. I was like, hey, you got a minute for a phone call? I said, I sure do. So I told Sonia about it. She's obviously not thrilled because the premise of it is a dating show. Obviously in a very happy, healthy, successful relationship as it is. So I would never go on there to date or find someone. But I told her, I go, hey, maybe they're looking for a new host. Maybe they're looking for a pilot to fly their new contestants in. You never know. So I'm gonna take the phone call. I'm pretty sure they just don't know I'm in a relationship because I didn't look on my Instagram or whatever, but we'll see. I'll report back any news if she has anything of interest to say while we go find this place to eat. All right, so I got done with lunch, had a Reuben sandwich. It was all right. I'll never go back, but it was enjoyable, filled me up. But Bachelor in Paradise producer called. I talked to them. My girlfriend doesn't have to freak out. I am not going back on the beach. It was not like I'm bummed. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I experienced it, it was fun. Obviously, like I said, the whole point of the show is to find love. I didn't find it on the show. I found it outside of it. So had to tell them no, but I still took the phone call because like I said, maybe they're looking for a new host or something, but she was happy for me that I had found a girl and was living my best life. But now we're at the gym, hotel gym. It's okay. Thing there. And then some weights. We're working out arms today because you already know, folks, I don't even have to pop it up on the screen anymore. It's right here for you to read. It's non-negotiable. The shirts are on sale, like I said. Appreciate all those who purchased them. Helps the channel grow, and just a fun thing. I mean, I was literally tired. My girlfriend was like, Pete, you're wearing the shirt. You can't not work out. So do like a 40-minute workout here, and then we'll rest up and get ready for our last flying leg, Oakland and Memphis. Praying for tailwinds though. We made it. We got one last final leg. It'll be the captain's leg. I'll be monitoring for our 4-hour flight to Memphis, Tennessee. It's currently 5:57. Got an hour prior to departure. Got here super early. The thing that kind of stinks with ground transportation, the company sets the time for pickup. They block it at an hour from hotel to airport. We're like 15 minutes away. So yeah, there's a little bit of traffic. It took like 25 minutes. So you get here super early, but obviously they'd rather have us here early than late. I want to show you guys on pre-flight in the 767, yesterday's pressurization issue. Again, not an issue, it was fixed within 5 minutes, but this is what we were looking at. The outflow valve of the 7.6 located on aircraft left. That maintenance was saying, even though it was open during the pre-flight, when we close the door, turn the packs on, the packs are basically our air conditioning unit. The aircraft got a signal to start pressurizing. So that's why my ears were popping when we were basically getting ready to do the before start checklist. And that's when the ICAS messages came up. And then that's when we called maintenance and got the airplane sorted. Why it happened, we're not really sure. No one ever is sure. Just like when any light comes on in your car, it happens because a parameter is met for that light to come on. But why it happens, obviously no one really knows. Our guess was just, it was so freaking cold in Indianapolis. Planes, anything, cars in general, they don't like when it's 0 degrees outside. So we're guessing it just kind of short-circuited. And we had zero pressurization issues, obviously, flying to Oakland. But that's our big thing. Every plane has one, an outflow valve, and it's what pressurizes the aircraft. Fully open means the airplane's not pressurized. So obviously, that's what you want to see when you're on the ground. And then it starts to close as we climb up to altitude, descend, it starts to open. And then that's how it keeps the cabin pressurized. Normally, the 767 at 38,000 feet, the cabin altitude's right around 7 to 6,500 feet. It can go all the way up to 8 prior to any warnings coming on. So what may be obvious to some people, you can't have your cabin at the altitude that your airplane's at, meaning 38,000 feet, or you won't be able to breathe and you'll pass out and you won't be able to fly as a passenger or as a pilot. So that's what that does. Pre-flight in the 767, last leg. So something unique about Oakland is the gate we're parked at. I believe it's gate 1. But look at this. There's a building right in front of the engine. You don't see that often for obvious reasons, but it's pretty cool how they designed it, in my opinion. Basically, you park the airplane on this yellow line. It goes up to where that dash line is, or the nose wheel, and they obviously have perfect clearance between engine and building, but it's not far. I mean, I can almost touch. I'm 6'4", so my wingspan is about 6'4". I mean, you're looking at, I don't know, like 7 feet or so between engine and building. So, 2 things. A, you better make sure your marshaller, the person who brings the airplane in with the wands, they're called marshalers, you better make sure that they're doing their job right. And two, you want to make sure that you stop the jet when they say stop the jet. Otherwise, your engine's going right into this wall right here, which would be no bueno for a lot of people. But anyway, 4 hours to Memphis. Let's go get it done. Woo! Memphis, Tennessee. As you can tell, I'm in the little sleep room. Just made my bed. Trip is over, but my flight home, I don't want to take the company jump seat because I need to sleep since I'm tired. Just ruins my whole next day. So I'm gonna get a couple hours of sleep and then we'll head to the airport tomorrow, or I guess today, to fly back to New York. So I'll talk to you guys in the morning. All right, folks, that is a wrap. We finally made it back to New York City. One of the bummer parts about being a commuter like I am is the fact that my trip ended at 1 a.m. local in Memphis, which would be 2 East Coast time. It is currently 5:32 p.m. So that's 16 and a half hours later until I get home. Granted, I stopped at the barber on the way home, got a haircut. A little short, but it's all right. We'll survive. It'll grow back. But that's the negative. People are going to say, well, Pete, why don't you take the jump seat home at 3 a.m. from my company right back to New York? I would have landed at like 7 a.m. and been home closer to 8:39. The problem is it's just too crazy. No sleep. It just doesn't do it right for me. So I got the sleep room, got a 12 o'clock flight. Pros and cons, obviously both of those, but it is what it is. Part of the job, like I said, being a commuter, I'd rather live here in New York than where I'm based. But anyway, that's a wrap. It's crazy for Thursday night. I guess I'm all lost. Friday night, look who's here.
Hi, everybody.
We're making protein balls.
Protein energy balls.
Protein energy balls before we make dinner for our dessert tonight. So Sonia's going to teach me that. As always, though, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming along. Any comments, much appreciated. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, helps it grow. And until next time, I'll see you. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram, pilotpetefly.com. Any last words?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.